Hi, it's David here with Future Training. I would like to welcome my subscribers here. Thank you. There's at least four of you that join. Welcome to the community. We appreciate having you here. So glad you stopped by. I know it's at least four of you that joined since the last video was 2 days ago, and I'm glad you stopped by. Now, if you're viewing this information over on TikTok, I'm gonna try to make the video short, but if not, and you're over on YouTube, thank you for following. I want to say thank you to you guys for participating. Now, in the last about four videos, I know I got at least five people that's willing to, of course, commit to liking the material, even though they may already know it. And that's good. I'm so glad that you guys are practicing the proper etiquette of being a professional and that's celebrating or showing polite behavior towards someone that's in your profession. Thank you so much for doing that. We would definitely want to have the algorithm know that this is a safe place to learn and, of course, suggest the information to others. So, to my newest subscribers that have just recently joined, I know it's at least four of you. If you don't mind, please follow suit. Make sure that you don't just learn the information, but you take the time and just push the like button. Or if you had a good day, just say that, and it would absolutely further the information. It would get it out there and help others get what they need. So it's all about helping someone else. That's what we're here for. Now, the channel is all about the universal price action trend as well as the price action method. But I've been giving you guys some tips on how to go about the uh, the reversals. All right, so trend failure tips. I'm trying to give you some information on how to do that. In this video here, I touched on market structure, but I didn't really give you a lot of examples of it. So I want to make sure that you do not go and watch. Let me say this. I don't want you to go and watch a bunch of people talk about the market. It's just foolishness. All right. I want to make sure that you have what you need here. It's a library. And of course, in January, I plan on dialing back my uploads because I got to get back to my routine. There's of course other obligations I have and things that I do. So I just want to give you a library that you don't have to go and search online, listen to people talk to you about the market, and they're talking about stuff that's not universal. And so you're not going to get the results that you need. So I want to kind of give you information that no matter what market, what time frame, you would be able to get your trading to work. Now, of course, here on YouTube, I'm not releasing everything that I know. Can't do that. That would violate the rights of other people that have spent, their time with me to learn the other information that I know. And if you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I'm not here for that, but my information is below every video. All right. So if you want to spend a couple weeks with me and find out some other very useful, needed information, I mean needed, to kind of get a handle on what they do, between the information that I'm telling you, then you're more than welcome to do so. All right. But I'm not here for that. But if you want to, it's totally up to you. The information is below the video. Now, we're going to talk about market structure using universal. So universal is a very important word on this channel. Very important word. Very, very important word. I do not want you to underestimate this word. Applicable to all cases. All right. Really important stuff. I like reading dictionary encyclopedia because it gives context. I mean, absolute context to what it is that we're trying to achieve. Applicable to all cases. So if the market is turning and it's not just, of course, headed in the direction that it where was heading before, we need to be able to take this universal concept and know when that could possibly take place. Now, I told you about the mid of the bar being inside the other bar, and you're going to get that overlap. Now, I want to talk to you about uh, price flipping. So, and there's more to price flipping. This just should kind of expound upon that same concept about overlapping mids. It should expound upon that just a bit, but there's a behavior even when it comes to markets flipping. Okay, there's a behavior, and there's of course things that again I'm just not going to be able to tell you, but I do want to give you a foundation that you don't have to keep listening to a lot of different people in order to get trading to work. If you're still doing that, it's because you're not implementing what's free on the channel. All right. And I want to say that. And again, I'm trying to give you what the market is doing. It's not me, it's the market. What is the market doing? That you should listen to the market and not a bunch of different people. Listen to the market and not a bunch of different people. I want to say it one more time. Listen to the market and not a bunch of different people. So when it comes to the trend, The absence of that information, 'cause I made mention of this in the last video, when you have a light, that's a function. When you cut the light off, the absence of that function takes away the light. So there's no light because you have to flip the switch and up, and then the light come on. You flip switch down. The absence of the up, there's the light gone. It's not there anymore. Now, when it comes to the carpenter, the builder, or the architect, let's say builder and architect, one and the same. The builder and the architect will have a universal tool. They both will have it. And I don't care if the architect is 20 years old. I don't, because you got young architects. Trust me, I got a couple of them as friends. You got an architect that can be young. You got an architect that can be old. So this is not an age dependent thing. That's a lot of what goes on with trading is that people, they would tend to want to sway your understanding, if you will, based on the years of experience of doing this. Has nothing to do with that. I want to go ahead and tell you that has nothing to do with that. Now, I'm not saying that someone that's experienced, with, of course, the interaction isn't to be trusted. That's not what I'm saying to you. If I tell you today, how to use the level, to build the dog house, the building, any edifice that's a hold someone in it, to keep them safe or shelter from of course, the environment's changes. You could use that level and still build the house. Whether or not you're young, whether or not you're old, you still can get it done. All right. If you're the person that's at home, you want to build a dog house, the tree house, I guess, if you will, for a child, if they still do that. If you want to do something like that, you're going to want to still use that level. So you can be an expert builder, or you can be someone that's coming out of an apprenticeship of how to, start their career. One thing you're going to want to have in that box is that level. That I guarantee you that. You're not going to build nothing without it. So want to give you universal because it needs to be applicable in all circumstances, all cases. It needs to be able to be something that you can apply to all cases. Now, let's take a look at this daily. I just want to say that because if you want to counter trend trade, you better be good at trend trading first. Okay. Then once you're good at trend trading, it should be kind of apparent that now is the time where I can start countering the market because I know how to trend trade the market. So it's like a default move. And so here's the mid above. I just want us to get to a place where it makes sense and stop watching a lot of different people, talk about the market because it's not about that. It's about what is the market telling you. That's all. Listen to it. The mid of this bar is above this bar's high. This is the last video I had shot here. The mid of the bar was above this. The mid of this bar was above this bar's high, and I said that hopefully, because this bar would be green, I said this bar should turn green. Hopefully, they don't get back past here. If they do, they may fall down here. In that last video, I put this green box here. Now, I hope you're listening to the chart as well, because I give you information just based on right then and there, whatever the market is doing right in there. And I try to give you an assessment of what I think can happen. And now keep in mind, even what I'm telling you, it's restricted. This is YouTube. I can't tell you stuff about this chart. I can tell you stuff that I want to tell you stuff. I'll put it this way. I want to tell you stuff that's based on what I'm releasing to you. There's some other stuff that I can tell you. Now, I try to put information here along the way that should tell you that this could happen too. And that's why I put this zone here in the last video. Go back and watch. I put this zone here. And so the low of this bar, okay, so the low of this bar is 56. The back of the zone is 850, but I'm going to click on it for those that's new to the channel and don't know. So the back of the zone is 850. All right, so 850, the low of the bar was 856. Now, the no close level here, the no close level, the low of that bar is 39.75. Now they can kick the stop. Now here come the close at 9.55. So they managed to get back up. Now keep in mind, this is a hard stop bar too, because it's green and it's a no close as well because it went under this bar, but the mid is above it. Now the low here, 837 and a quarter. The low here, 856. So they came in, of course, just above it. Now, let's take a look at this chart. Now, this one don't have nothing on it. So this one don't have nothing on it, so you can kind of see it all. All right. So And I told you in the last video, this mid is above this high. I doubt they'll make it back down in time enough to get this mid back inside the high of this bar. So this bar should turn green. But they managed to do this yesterday. They ran right through it. Not a problem. So there's your information right there. Utilize that zone because I put it there on the last video, as well as that. This is still a hard stop bar, people. It is. All right, now they should get through the high, and I'm gonna give you some targets, and then we're gonna talk about that market structure. They're going to get through the high. They're going to the target here. Remember, this is a target. 550 is a target. That's why I thought they may want to come down here and hit this 550, but they're not. They're going to this one. So I don't like what's on this bottom, but I doubt the news is going to bring it back down through there. I doubt. And it could if it won't, but I doubt it. Now the channel is all about this, so you can go and take a look at this. It's all about targets. I want to give you some targets too. All right, so let's do that, and then we're going to talk about that market structure. Now, this is the decline from yesterday. Should you want to get these templates, they are absolutely free. You can have them. All you got to do is email me. They had that resistance play, kind of fell down, hit the support. It's all about these blue lines. That's the target. Had the resistance play, fell down. They had support first and then fell down. Had support, resistance, came down, hit that target, turned around, resistance, kind of leaned over, came back up, resistance, and then kind of played kidnap and had some resistance play there. Hit this target, then dropped down, got near that, but didn't want to hit it. And of course, they hit this one and now they're headed up. All right, so now that's that. Now here's your targets. Kind of want to load the video with a lot of information here because it's really important that you again that you practice what's universal. Really important. So there's some targets for you. I know they're gonna have contract rollover soon, but there's some targets right there that should be relative should they turn around. Now if they're not, make sure to make you aware of it. But it still should be relative even with contract rollover. So let's go into the market structure. All right. So again, been a little bit busy this morning, but we still going to touch on this stuff. All right. So chart may have a little bit of markings on it, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It's still relative. All right. So the price pattern here, okay, that's this information here. If this high here is below that mid or that mid is bit above this high, the market can go up. It's just that simple. All right. If this mid of this bar is below that low or that low is above this mid, this market can go down. That's the up. Now, the scenario that we're currently looking at is this one. Okay, so we're using this bar and this bar. That mid is below that low, it can go down. All right, so now when you look at the market structure, now there's of course some requirements that I have about this. All right, but to make it simple for you, this is a candle. That's the hard stop. That's what that blue line is for the hard stop. This mid is below that low. That's that pivot, right? And then there's that candle. So this is that candle. Now, because this mid of this, well, this pivot here, this mid here, this mid, okay, is below that pivot. They're up here. Now, this typically would be your no close level. And it's not to say they can't close above it. It's just how long they spend up there. I'm giving you a little bit of information. And then here's there's your hard stop. And then they turned around, they gave you the drop. Now, kind of earlier on, I told you guys in the first market structure video, you can break this leg, just don't break that one. Okay, just don't break that one. And it's universal. Universal, really simple stuff. Now, there's a requirement to this stuff. It really is, but let's dig through a few of them. So here's 930. Here's 930. I know everybody love 930 and think that there's something going on with it that's so major, but it's not. Here we go. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, and there's seven. That's an uptrend. However, they wiped that trend out. Okay, so they wiped that trend out. And at 930, you can see with the crosshairs, they shot up there, all that violent pushing back and forth. They broke past, even this stuff. They broke past it. Because again, just take a look at the chart and let it tell you what it's doing. Just take a look at the chart. All right, professionals trade differently than novice, but you can become a professional if a professional tell you what he's doing. And you don't have to be 30, 50, 60 years into this business in order to know how to effectively pull up any chart and be able to, get it to give you what it is that you're in need of. I want to help you with that. I promise you. And so they pull up there, and of course they wind up dropping down. Now, here's a turn here. All right. So they did this turn here. Now from here to here, which is just this fib here. They lifted up and then they did this. This mid is below that pivot. So they're up here. And same goes to say with this information here. And so now you got to think of it like this. All right. So think of it like this. If you're trying to find this bottom. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So you got to pivot. You got to pivot. Okay. So they're coming from there, coming down there. Is this pivot, I'm sorry, is this mid beneath this pivot? Absolutely not. So it's going to pop up. Absolutely. So then let's try it one more time. Is this mid beneath this pivot? Absolutely not. All right. Is this mid beneath this pivot? Eventually, you're going to find where the turn is at. Eventually, you'll find it. Now, how to pinpoint it, again, you gotta know some other things, but this should help you a little bit. Let's take that price pattern. Don't have to have a lot of different time frames. Let's utilize the time frame that we have, master the one that you have, and become efficient with what it is that you know. And then from there, self similarity will show up on another time frame. You know how to trade it. This is how you can trade one time frame and do fractal alignment, where you don't have to have a whole bunch of different charts. Take one time frame, because that's what I'm showing you in this video. Just one time frame. You can take one time frame and effectively find your supply and demand if that's how you want to trade. Do not be I want to say this, and this is coming from someone that I have some experience under my belt, but it's not about how long I've been doing it. It's about knowledge. It's about what you know. I don't want any one of you. I don't care how long you've been trading. You've been trading a long time and struggling with it. I don't care if you just started today. You can become professional, a professional trader in no time. Retain the information. That's all you got to do. Retain the information, and you can have your trading work. It's just that simple. When it comes to price flips, okay, when you see them knock out this stuff, that could help. All right, that's all. It could help. That's all. You see how they just ran right on up there. Didn't want to break this bottom. They actually did something here. They did something. All right. Now, just think about that. Just think about that. All of this in here did not get them up there to knock that out. Matter of fact, won't none of the price flipping information in this area, none whatsoever. Just think about that. So if you really want to catch supply and demand massive big runs, I want to help you do that. I want to help show you how to do that. Anyway, here's a move here. This mid is above this high. That's the level for it. All of this wiggling means nothing. It doesn't mean they're going to come down here and get you. Quite the opposite. It means it'll keep going. All right. So now, of course, they set the trend. They come in this way. Totally get it. Now, I understand this here. Okay, this move here. They got past this area right in here. Okay, this area right in here. This move here. Stop back here. You can just make it make sense right here. Boom. This mid is above this high trend distance. Everything I teach you is showing up. All right, trend distance. You can get it to work. All right. But this down here, big problem. All right. So now they move down. Now I want you to see this. They moved down near, boom, rocketed up. All right. Then they came back and hit it. Now that's the 930. Again, I want to show you. Here's 930. They was in a trend doing trend distance on the way down, but then turned around and boom, took off to the upside. Find out where they are really located. That's the whole point of me showing you this stuff. Now let's go back and look over here. See that area right there, and this area right here? We're going to be looking at that in just a moment. All right, so now they went up and they took off again, took out our area over here. Let's go look at that area as well. Want to help you find this information. All right, so they managed to take out this area from over here where we first started. They managed to do that. Kind of stayed down for a long time, as you can see, but they managed to work their way up there and go ahead and take that information out. All right, now all of that, started. All of that started where they start price flipping. All right, so that's important, right? I think it is. All right, so now they're up there. Something that they didn't do before is difference. All right, remember, wisdom is the study of difference. It's all about difference. What is it that they're doing that they didn't do before? Really simple stuff. I want you to kind of keep that in mind. You had that same scenario here. I'm not going to dive through every scenario, but I do want you to see it. So they trending down here. They turned. They broke past this. They leaned back into this. All right. Gave you a little bit more. Pulled up. All right. So here's the thing. Let me make this full so you can see it. They pulled up to this. There's something that went on here. All right. Pulled up to this and then they dropped down. You see this run. Okay. This mid is below that pivot. Okay. Now there's requirements to what I'm doing. when I pick levels. There's requirements, but it can be simple. Don't make it hard. Just make it simple. Okay, you see this? They're up here. All right, they're up here. They'll slow down. See, they slow down, turn, boom. Now you got to have some nerve. I will say because they're giving you this on the way, so you got to have some nerve and know what you're doing in order to get that to work. Now, when they push down, see how close they got? Let's go take a look at that area here. What is that like? 41, 41. So somewhere at 41. So let's go back here. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. All right, so yeah, so this area right here, they clipped this one. They didn't get this one yet. Now remember, this here is for that stop. Now let's go back forward. It's at like 41. Pause video. You can hit the rewind and take another look if you would like. Okay. Now look how long we stayed away from that price, and look how much further we went. All right. So now I'm not going to scroll through a whole lot more examples. You can take the time and just pause the video. Here's one for you right here. I'll just do this one for you, and then we're going to go right to where they're at currently. All right. So now on the way down this morning, you had this run here. When this run happened, okay, that's the hard stop. This no close level. They would have gave you some more. Then they turned around. They start giving it to you in this direction. All right, so they're giving it to you in this direction. Okay, they're giving it to you in this direction. This pivot is important. That's the blue line. That's the blue line for these fibs here. Okay, blue line, fib. Okay, well from up here, fib. All right, so they jump up. Now there's something that happened here. And if you can figure it out, go ahead and do that. Okay, let me just kind of remove some of these boxes. There's something that happened here that calls for why I won't pick this. Okay, there's something that happened up here for why I won't pick this. It's not just that this, okay, that this right here, this mid didn't fall beneath that low. No, it's not just that. It's something more than that. Yes, you would have got stopped out if you would have used this pivot in relation to this. Okay, you would have got stopped out. Again, there's stuff that I can't tell you, but 930 right there. So 930 bar right there. They pushed up, open it up just a hair here. They pushed up 930. Well, actually pushed down, then they pushed up. You got that, and then pushed down. Okay, so this mid is below this pivot. Okay, it's below this pivot. This information right here is important. Right here. Not this, this. You can figure it out. Go ahead. And I know, and here's the thing. This is why all the boxes there. There's something that took place here that's so important that you could have been in it up here and would have caught this whole drop. Now it pulled up here, they turned around off you a little bit, but then they punched through the top. But notice, notice how they behave, man. They behave a certain kind of way. That's all. Just notice. Just take a notice how they behave. That's all. I can't tell you too much, but there you have it. Let's see what they did off this bottom. Did they get past that level down there? I think they had just got it. Let's go back here. I just want to see, am I right about that? I think it is. That's when they just got it this morning. Oh, that's that one in there. Let me see here. Let me just do this really quickly. Something that I need to do. Let me see if I'm right about it. Let me see if I'm right about it here. Just give me 1 second here. I need to scroll back and check something. Just want to scroll back here and check something really quickly here. I'm almost certain. Just really, really quickly. Where is this one at? Give me 1 second. I know this is like really tedious right now, but I want to check something. Okay. All right. So now let me do this. I believe that's that level. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go O. Let's go 12. Let's go 12. And let's go 5. Okay, so let's just do that really quickly here. Now let me scroll forward. All right, so now see what we're doing here. No, it's not there. Okay, that's okay. Just wanted to know. All right, so now here's that move here. Okay, this morning, let's take a look at this morning here. I'm sorry, got the wrong one. Got the wrong one. Thought it was it. Okay. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, so here's this morning here. They wind up pushing down, hitting that level. Turned around. Now here's that push. All right, that broke past this information in here. So they turned down, fell down, and then they ran up. This mid is above this. Just go that way. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Again, it's like the level. No matter what you're going to build, you're going to need it. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.